Hello Army, welcome back to your home for the most intense, electrifying, and heart-grabbing BTS moments. If you haven't already, hit subscribe because what you're about to hear has been hidden in the dark for years, and now it's finally coming to light. For a long time, this moment lived in silence, tucked away in memories, shielded from cameras, fans, and the world. But the footage has surfaced, and once you hear their voices and see the truth reflected in their eyes, you'll understand exactly why this was never meant for public view. This will change everything. The clip opened with a still frame, blurry, quiet, heavy. Even before the first second played, the atmosphere felt charged, almost sacred, like someone had stepped into a memory they were never meant to witness. No one knew who leaked it or why, but the word scribbled across the bottom of the screen said it all: the night they never spoke about. In that instant, every rumor, every denial, every whispered theory suddenly felt small. The video flickered alive. Darkness. Wind brushing past a window. Footsteps shifting on the floor. Then a faint lamp illuminated the room, revealing Jungkook sitting against the wall, knees pulled close, head bent down. He didn't look younger, he looked exposed in a way fans rarely saw, stripped of the strength he always showed the world. "You're not okay," a familiar voice said from off camera. Calm, steady, but trembling beneath the surface. Jungkook didn't respond. He wiped his face quickly, trying to hide the fact that he had been crying. But once Taehyung moved into frame and knelt in front of him, the truth couldn't be covered anymore. "Kuka," he whispered, reaching out but stopping just short, silently asking for permission. Jungkook finally lifted his head. His eyes were red, not from lack of sleep but from emotions that had been held back too long. "I didn't want you to see me like this," he said in a voice that sounded too fragile for someone the world saw as unbreakable. Taehyung didn't look away. He held Jungkook's gaze and said softly, "I've seen every side of you. Why would I turn away now?" Jungkook released a shaky breath, the kind that comes only when someone is too tired to pretend. Taehyung sat beside him, their shoulders brushing, and Jungkook leaned into him like his body had been waiting for that exact place to fall. "They don't understand," Jungkook murmured against his shoulder. "Everyone thinks I'm strong every second, but tonight everything feels too heavy." Taehyung's hand rested on his back, gentle and grounding. "You don't have to be strong with me," he whispered, a confession wrapped in comfort. Jungkook's breathing steadied. Taehyung watched him with a softness that could break anyone's heart, protective, worried, aching. "I'm right here," Taehyung said again. "I always have been." Then came the moment, the one that made the leak explode across the internet. Jungkook lifted his head and looked at him with a raw vulnerability that didn't feel accidental. "What would I do without you?" he whispered. The room fell silent. Taehyung cupped his face gently, brushing away a tear with his thumb. "You'll never have to find out," he whispered. "Not as long as I'm here." The footage didn't zoom or shake. It simply captured two people holding onto each other like they were the only safe thing left. When the clip cut off abruptly, the silence it left behind was louder than the video itself. And once the world saw it, there was no going back. Hashtags erupted. Timelines went chaotic. Everyone had something to say. Yet the only two people who stayed silent were the ones at the center of the storm. Behind the scenes, Jungkook sat alone on the couch, his phone buzzing non-stop. He didn't look at it. Every vibration made his chest tighten. He wasn't afraid for his own reputation, he was afraid of how this would affect Taehyung. Footsteps approached, soft and familiar. Taehyung walked in quietly, his presence instantly shifting the room's atmosphere. "You saw the reactions?" he asked gently. Jungkook nodded but didn't look up. Taehyung nudged him lightly. "Look at me." When Jungkook finally lifted his gaze, Taehyung saw everything, the fear, the guilt, the uncertainty. "You're scared," he said softly. I'm scared they'll twist things and hurt you, Jungkook admitted. Taehyung exhaled slowly. I've handled worse, he said. But I can't handle you blaming yourself. It was our moment, Jungkook whispered. It wasn't meant for anyone else. Taehyung's hand moved to his back again, comforting, slow. That night was real. We weren't pretending. And maybe that's why this scares you, because the world saw us without walls. Jungkook's voice trembled. Does it bother you? Taehyung shook his head. No. What bothers me is seeing you alone thinking I regret caring for you. Jungkook blinked, startled. You don't? Taehyung gave a small, sad smile. I would live that night again 100 times if it meant you didn't cry alone. Those words shattered the last bit of distance between them. Jungkook's eyes stung. Taehyung gently touched his neck, grounding him. You're not a burden, he whispered. Not to me. Jungkook swallowed hard. Sometimes I don't know what I am to you. Taehyung froze, not because he didn't know the answer, but because he had been avoiding saying it. He slowly took Jungkook's hand, fingers intertwining. You're someone I care about more than I should, he admitted quietly. More than I ever say. Jungkook's breath caught. You matter to me, Taehyung continued. More than you think. The room fell silent again, but this time it wasn't heavy. It was tender. Hopeful. Dangerous. What do we do now? Jungkook whispered. Taehyung let out a soft laugh. I don't know. But we face it together. Jungkook relaxed for the first time all night. They sat close enough for their legs to touch, hands still clasped. Stay with me, Jungkook murmured. Always, Taehyung said. The peace didn't last long. A knock sounded at the door. Jungkook wiped his eyes. Taehyung stayed close. Then came the voice. Jungkook, Taehyung, we need to talk. It was Namjoon. They exchanged a look, fear and trust woven together, and opened the door. Namjoon stepped inside, calm but worried. I'm not here to judge, he said. I just need to understand. And I need to know if there's something between you two so I can protect you. Silence filled the room. Taehyung didn't look away. There's something, he admitted quietly. We're still figuring it out. Jungkook's eyes widened, surprised, relieved, emotional. Namjoon didn't react with shock. Instead, he looked at them with something protective, almost warm. And just like that, everything changed.